So yeah, good evening. So we had an earlier session on writing resume and CV, and the earlier session was mainly on building yourself up before you need to write the CV. So this session is a practical one, and the aim of this session is to teach people how to structure the CV in the real context of structuring the CV. So yeah, let's start. What are the different sections that CV needs to have? So now you have to ensure that your CV is well organized and impactful. Those are the main things. So starting from the top of your CV, you need to have your contact information. Your full name is very important. Your phone number and your email also is very important. So you should use the international code for your phone number, +234 in brackets, then the other numbers at the back. And your email should also be there. I will show you this with a sample of my own personal CV so that you have a pictorial view of it and then understand it more. Address is very optional. Address is very optional. If you are going to be applying to the only reason why you should add address is, let me assume you are applying for a job around Ibadan and then you live around Ibadan. So you can give you an edge over someone living in Lagos. But in a normal day, nobody really cares about the address. But the advantage address gives is if the job is in the location where you stay, to give you an extra advantage. And then your professional summary, well, this is also very optional. It used to be in my CV a long time ago, but I later had to remove it. I don't use professional summary again. But if you are a beginner, like you're just starting out in your journey, in your career journey, you can use your professional summary to allow people to understand what your direction is and what your career is. But for most of it, I don't use it. So, yeah, for most of it, I don't use it. So let's go on. So now you need to, after writing your header, your name, and one more thing, when you write your name, you should hyperlink it with your LinkedIn profile. You have a very good LinkedIn profile. But if not, just leave it the way it is. I'm going to be showing. I think I should be switching with my own tab so that you can. I'm just looking at how that would take time, but let me just do it anyways. I mean, so I'm trying to share my own screen so that you can see. So yeah, this is the sample of my own CV. This is a sample. This is one of my CVs. I have a lot of CVs. This particular CV is the one I use for my data analytics application and all. As you can see, my name is here. And then I added my address here, my home address. My phone number is here and my email is here. But for most of it, I'll just advise you to, if you're applying for a job, as I explained earlier, you can add your address. But if not, you can leave the address out of it. So this is education, work experience. This is a data science application. So what I was applying for was for a data science job. So if you see every single thing here is streamlined towards data science. You get, so data science certifications I have, they are there. The leadership experience I have, they are here. Volunteer experience, notable achievements, and then my skills and interests. That is all. So like I'm just trying to show you the top part of the, so that you have a physical overview of what I'm talking about and doesn't just look abstract. So I was saying, you have your key sections of your CV and your resume. You have your work experience. So use bullet point to show results. Like you have to show numbers and results you achieved. For example, let me show you. Also include company name, role, and dates of employment. Also emphasize accomplishment and skills applied. Let me show you from my... Can you see my screen, please? Just confirm that I can see my CV.
Yes, we can see your screen. Not anymore now.
And can you see my CV now?
Yes, it's showing now.
Okay, so this is, if you look at what I did here, I'm the founder and lead researcher of Public Health Data Watch. So now my work experience, I put the company, that's Public Health Data Watch. The dates since I've been working there from January 2023 to present. what have I done there? I've written over 5 research articles and promoted over 20 inside that highlight data on public health to the public through social media. Do you understand? This is what I've done through Public Health Data Watch. Look at the Oyo State Primary Health Care Board. This was my IT. Okay, yeah, this was my IT. I finished the IT July. I've not updated this CV, that's why it is there like this. At Oyo State Primary Health Care Board, I was an health analytics intern there. So I used to analyze the ability. So you can see that I use figures to show what I've done in that particular place. I wrote 5 articles, 20 insights. Do you get it? So that is how you show your work experience. Let me show you another one of my CVs. So this is, I'm coming. Let me see another one of my CV. I think I tried to give them here. Just a minute. So this is another one of my CVs. This one is my general CV. I think this one is my general CV. It isn't. Let me try to open my general CV so that I can show you what I'm talking about. I want you to have a real picture of what I'm talking about. Let me see if this is it. This isn't. Yeah, I think this is one of them. I think I can explain with this one. Yeah, I can explain with this one. So can you see the CV on my screen now? Let me just confirm I'm sharing the right screen.
Yes, we can see that.
Okay. So now, if you look at it, you see that on this particular CV, I used Primary Healthcare Board for. So this application was for, I believe this application that I used this CV for was to apply for an academic scholarship. An academic scholarship that I even submitted my statement of purpose for. So look at what I did here. For my leadership experience, chairman, academic committee, University of Ibadan Student Union, Student Representative Council, Ibadan, Nigeria. So I wrote the role where I was doing the job, that is UISU SRC. Now, what did I do in that particular office? Because one thing that people make mistake of is they just arrange different titles, different experience to their CVs. They don't really have substance of what they achieved in those positions. So what I'm saying now, I coordinated all academic interventions of the council. I advised and recommended to the council academic assistance to the university community and collaborated to organize students to over 4,000 students. That is for those ones. That's for that one. Second one was when I was the secretary of Nnamdi Azikiwe, or secretary and executive academic supervisor in Nnamdi Azikiwe University of Ibadan. So what did I achieve in that particular office? Through sponsorship and grants writing, I facilitated renewable solar light to the 3 rooms and coordinated weekly tutorials for over 1,000 students. I facilitated a volleyball court, table tennis, and a media system for the junior common room. So this is the role, where you perform, the company where you did the job, and then what you achieved. Is that simple for your work experience? So that is how you write the work experience session. So let's go back and let me go back to my PowerPoint. So now, yeah, this is the PowerPoint. So now, when you go back to education, so when you are listing your education, some people have more than one degree. I have a friend who has a degree in English, has a degree in law, he has one in pharmacy. So like you can imagine if you have that number of degrees. And I said you are meant to have a master CV and have a CV if you're applying for different jobs. I have a master CV, but for most of it, my LinkedIn is my master CV. My LinkedIn profile is my master CV. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me go to my LinkedIn profile and show you so that you understand what I'm talking about. Let me share my LinkedIn profile. Yeah. Can anybody see my LinkedIn profile? Let me just confirm that.
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So yeah, this is my LinkedIn profile. And I said my LinkedIn profile is my master CV. This means that if I want to look for any of the roles I've done or any of the places I've served, I need to come back to my LinkedIn profile. For example, look at my profile now. This is my bio. You don't need all these things. This is what you need. My experience session. Look at this experience. For Ecosys Club is here. For Public Health Data Watch, I always update my LinkedIn profile. President, students, I always update my LinkedIn profile. 20 experiences that I've ever held that I think are important enough is on my LinkedIn profile. When I need to write my work experience section on my CV, I just come to my LinkedIn and I look for which one of my work experience section is appropriate for the job I want to apply for, and I pick it out. If I need to write the education section, I just come down to education. I pick whichever one is appropriate. I've taken a lot of specialization courses. There's one that I took on leadership and governance of non-profit organization. There's one I took on academic writing, English academic writing. I took another degree one time. I took a course on biostatistics in public health. So it depends on whatever I'm applying for that determines which one of these courses I'm going to, or of these courses, or which one of these certifications I'm going to add to my profile. So this is what my LinkedIn profile is most times used for. And then your LinkedIn profile serves as evidence. For example, I have how many certifications? I have 51 licenses and certifications. And if somebody wants to know if I really did this thing, so they can come back to my LinkedIn profile and confirm that I actually took this course and check the certificate. So that's one more thing that LinkedIn does for you. So while preparing your career plan, you always update your LinkedIn profile. It's very important. So I think that's what I want to explain with LinkedIn. Let me go back to the PowerPoint here. So that is it for the education. Like that is it. Let me go back to my CV so that I show you how I now replicated it on my CV. I think this is it. So now look at my CV for the education section. So what I did, I just put, because I was applying for an academic scholarship, I just basically added my academic career, my University of Ibadan and my secondary school. So I wrote University of Ibadan, Nigeria, June 2019 till present. Bachelor of Environmental Health Sciences, expected date of graduation 2025 April, as the academic calendar says. Academic standing, I added that. But this academic standing, the only reason why I'm adding this is because I'm on a first class. If I was on a 2-2 or 2-1, or let me say a third class, I might not add it. It does not make any difference. It does not really make any difference. But if you're on first class or 2-1 or even 2-2, you can add it. But if it's anything below 2-2, maybe third class or pass or something, it might decide not to add, because people might be looking at you from that perspective, whereas you might be more intelligent than somebody that even at the first class. So if it is a first class or a 2-1 or maybe 2-2, you can add it. But if it's lower than that, you can leave it out of it. For secondary school, I added that. But because I had 9 distinctions in WAEC, I added it to it. On a normal day, you can just leave it blank and just add the secondary school and then that you took WAEC day or JAMB or any other exams. So that is it for the education section. So let me now go back to the CV and the PowerPoint. Now, the other section that you need to talk about is the skills. So now one thing is, when it comes to skills, is an optional section. The skill section is an optional section. So you can use different categories, maybe technical skills, language proficiency, soft skills. So what you do most times is you have to reflect on what is relevant to the role you are applying for. CV writing is something that is very specific. And that's why I said, let your LinkedIn be your master CV. If you're applying for a job, now go and extract every single thing that is applicable for that particular job on your LinkedIn profile. Let me show you again, practically. So let me first go to my LinkedIn profile. Let me share my LinkedIn profile. So let's assume I want to write my skills section. So if I go to my LinkedIn profile and I come in and I go to my skills section. Where is it? Yeah, this is skills. So I put public health, data analysis. I put data analysis, research, epidemiology, water sanitation and hygiene, leadership, problem solving, Python, Microsoft BI, Excel. There are 32 on my LinkedIn profile, 32. But now look at the two different CVs I've made, one for academics and one for data analytics job, and see how I use different of those on those particular CVs. Let me show you now. Now look at this CV. This is the academic CV that I used to apply for an academic scholarship. Now look at the way I wrote my skills on it. Look at the way I wrote my skills on it. Now, when I go to the skills section, I put IT skills. I can use Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Python, R, SPSS data. Others, I have excellent communication and interpersonal skills, problem solving, analytical skills, public speaking, research, team collaboration, languages I speak. I'll get back to languages. I'll get back to it. So this was what I put on the academic scholarship. But now look at the data analytics scholarship that I did. Now, where's data analytics? I think this is it. Let me try to confirm. I think I used the same thing. What I'm saying in essence is that, let me check the second one to see if I made it specific. Trying to confirm. Yeah, I use the same thing. But now what I'm talking about is, look at these skills now. The first one here is my IT skills. So let me assume that I'm applying for a data analytics role in a company now. Sorry. Let me assume I'm applying for a data analytics role in a company now. What I can do is, instead, I'm going to just add these IT skills and others, because all I need is on these IT skills: SPSS, R, Python, PowerPoint. If I show you one of those of my very old data analytics application CVs, you will see that every single thing there is basically for data analytics. But because this is an academic CV, I can still add for data analytics because it's an extra plus on my profile. That's what I'm saying. So that is what happens when you're writing a CV. Let your LinkedIn profile be your master CV. And if you are going to write any job, go and extract from it. You can see that I didn't add public health to this. I didn't add research. Did I add research? I think I added research. I didn't even add research. I didn't add public health. I didn't add a whole lot of epidemiology, biostatistics. I didn't add it to all this because I'm applying for a data analytics role. So I don't actually need all those things on data analytics role I'm applying for. So that is how you make your CV specific. Let me go back to the PowerPoint. Now, one more thing that I need to talk about here is when you are making your certifications and training, I believe. So there's a place to add certifications and training on your profile. When you want to add certifications and training. So certifications and additional training. So certificates can validate your specialized skills. Yes, you can list the names, issuing organizations, and dates obtained. And some certificates, you have the platforms. For example, you get certificates from Coursera. And because let me give you an example of it. I once took Google Data Analytics course by Google, but the platform is Coursera. I also once took a course from Imperial College in London on biostatistics, but the platform was Coursera. So when you're listing certificates, you have to let them know that this certificate was gotten from this platform, but this is where the certificate is. This is the school, or let me say the host that taught this certificate. Let me show you the practical version of it. You know, I said that I had over 51 licenses and certification on my LinkedIn, but if I'm applying for a role, I most likely will not add everything to it. Look at my certification section. This is licenses and certification on LinkedIn. I have about 51 licenses and certification. But let me now show you a CV that I've used to apply for a job and see how I now selected the ones I used for it. Now let me go back to the CV. So look at the CV now. Look at the courses and workshop attended. Data Analytics 2022, Google Data Analysis certification via Coursera, 8 courses. Data Analyst Nano degree by Udacity. So that's my data analytics skill. Epidemiology and medical statistics, I also wrote all the courses via Coursera by Imperial College London. But statistics in public health specialization by Johns Hopkins University via Coursera. So that is how you write it. The ones that are applicable for whatever role you are applying for. That was what I listed out here. Now, the only reason why every single thing is here is because I was applying for an academic scholarship and I needed as much of them as I want to do. Let me give you an example. Let me say I'm applying for a content manager for a company. I will probably not add this epidemiology and medical statistics. I will just add academic writing and research. If it's an NGO that I'm applying for, I can add this my non-profit leadership to it. Do you get my point? If I'm applying for a leadership role in a place, I can add my leadership certificate, Legislative Conference of UI Law Students SRC 2024. No, this should be 2022. The leadership training by the Fourth School of Leadership 2020 to 2024. So that is how you write those things. So the only reason why I listed every single thing on this particular CV was because I was applying for an academic scholarship, which I just needed to add as much certificate that I've gotten. So depending on the role we are applying for, if I'm applying for a data analytics role, I'll just add this epidemiology and medical statistics, data analytics, and statistics, and that is all. So that is how you make your CV specific as they should be. Let me go back to the PowerPoint now. There will be time for questions, so don't worry. Let me just rush through this section. And then, yeah, achievements and awards. You have to stand out quantifiable accomplishments, list achievements relevant to your career goals, include measurable impact if possible. Awarded top performer for reducing project timeline by 20%. This is just about talking about you adding your achievements and award. Well, I used to try to be humble before. Don't let me add this, don't let me add this, don't let me add this. But the way the job market works is you cannot afford to be humble. You have to tell them everything you have achieved, tell them your award, tell them your achievements, but also make it specific and applicable to whatever you're applying for. Let me show you the example I'm talking about. Let me show you my LinkedIn profile first, so that you see what is on my master CV before I now go to a particular CV I used to apply for something. So now look at the awards. Where am I? Okay, look at the awards. I have 18 honors and awards. Honorable of the Year Award, UISU, Most Academically Inclined Stellite, Nnamdi Azikiwe. There are about 18 of these awards I've gotten on my LinkedIn profile. But now let me now go back to the scholarship that to the CV I used to apply for a scholarship. So if you look at this CV, you see that the awards I added here they are not everything. So now I added Award of Recognition, Most Academically Inclined Student of Nnamdi Azikiwe 2023. Award of Recognition, 3 times Most Academically Inclined Student of the Year in Environmental Sciences, 2019, 2022, and 2023. 3-time Dean's Honors Award for First Class Students, 2019, 2021, 2023. So those are all the awards that I've won that are academically. Can you say I not had my Honorable of the Year at the SU? I not even had my Chairman of Academic Committee at the SU award here. So those are the things that you don't have to add everything, just the one that are specific for the role you are applying for. So imagine I'm adding Honorable of the Year award or certificate or award of service for being the secretary or for being the clerk when I'm applying for an academic scholarship. Yes, it's a plus, but really I don't need it. So what I need is here, and then that's what matters. So that is how you write a powerful CV that is comprehensive and concise. Let's go back to our PowerPoint. So the other thing that you do is, so this is the optional sections, the languages and then hobbies. So only add these languages if they strengthen your profile. For example, I had English, I had Yoruba, and I had, I think someone's mic is on. I had English, I had Yoruba, and I had Pidgin. And hobbies, I don't add hobbies. I don't think I've ever added hobbies to my CV. But then hobbies might be good in some places. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are applying for a social media management role, or let me say you are applying for a writing or let me say a writing role You can write your hobbies as reading and writing if that's what you like doing. So that will obviously be a plus to your application. But let me assume that I'm applying for a data analytics job, and I'm putting my hobbies in. Some people even say their hobbies are sleeping, even though I don't think sleeping is a hobby. I think sleeping is a necessity. So now, some people can add some ridiculous hobbies that they don't really need in the application. So what I'm just saying in essence is that only add hobbies if they strengthen your profile. Language is very important, but also if they strengthen your profile. Add Yoruba, add English, add what's it called? Add Pidgin. But let me give you an example. Let me say you are going to some places where there are traits of racism, or there are traits of people being bigots or some other things there. So you can basically just add English or Pidgin. Nobody knows if you are speaking Igbo, or if you are speaking Yoruba, or you are speaking Hausa to discriminate against you. But only add all these things if you think there is strength on your application. Let me show you one of my let me go back to the CV that I shared earlier. I believe I added languages there. So look at the CV here. I added languages, English, fluent, Yoruba, fluent. That was what I just put there. I just put English and Yoruba, fluent. I didn't even put Pidgin there. But I believe Pidgin is on my LinkedIn profile. I didn't add Pidgin to this because I was applying for an academic scholarship. That's why I didn't add Pidgin to it. They don't need to know if I'm speaking Pidgin or not. But if I'm applying to a role in a place like Port Harcourt where the native language looks like Pidgin, I can tell them that, okay, I speak Pidgin. So it will be a plus on an application, of course. So that is the whole psychology behind applying for roles and everything. So now you also have references. So the meeting will end in 10 minutes. If the meeting ends, you have to join back with the same link. Thank you. So I added these references because I wrote all my certificate that I've gotten there. I wrote some other things that they need to verify. They might need to verify. Maybe they don't trust me or something. People have trust issues. So I just hyperlinked my LinkedIn here to click on it, and then you can go and check my profile. But one thing that you need to do most times is my name on Microsoft Word, Control-K. If you press on Control-K, you can copy my name heading, and then you change it to a link, but it shows as my name, but it's actually a link. So when somebody clicks on it, takes the person to my LinkedIn profile straight up. But if your LinkedIn profile has not been optimized and is not strong enough, don't do it too. So that they will not now go to your LinkedIn profile and they will not be seeing anyhow things and everything. I have another video on optimizing your LinkedIn profile. So you can check out my name on YouTube and then look at it. I think I shared the link to one of them on the group. So I once did a session on teaching people how to optimize their LinkedIn profile. So you can look that up and then learn about it.
Anyways, that is very
So now I believe that's all for most of it.
bye guys.
So now, yeah, so I believe that's all for the PowerPoint, but let me confirm. The final tips, as I wrote today, you have to create a polished and professional document. So proofread thoroughly for typos and grammars. You can't afford to be having a CV that you have typos mistake and you have grammar mistake. Check through as much as possible and give to people to look at it for you also. If you can always text me to help you to look at your CV, I think I can do that one free of charge. I don't need to pay money to do that. We are all students. So you can send your CV to as many people that you think they are your mentors, they are models. Let them go through your CV. Let them give you a review, and then you need to update it. Keep your design clean and avoid unnecessary graphics. Some people go and be designing CV, doing you don't need all those things. Just make it simple, legible, comprehensive, and let people be able to read through it. Ensure consistent formatting and professional font choices. Look at the font I used for my own CV, for example. I tried to use I didn't use Times New Roman safe. I just used a font that looked attractive to the eyes and then does not have too much graphic formatting that the person reading to be like, what is this person doing? So I tried to make it very simple and very professional. And that is the aim of your CV. Don't allow designs to make it look horrible. And then all. So let me open the floor for questions. I believe that's all I have here. I believe there will be more to be discussed when people ask their questions. So you can raise up your hand if you have a question. So I will just call you and then move on from there. Sorry, network took me out of the call, so I'm back now. Yeah, can you ask your question, please? I was kicked out by network, so you can ask your question. Hello? Can anybody hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, you can ask your questions now. You can signify if you have questions.
I didn't actually come from the beginning, so if they drop the recorded this, and I'll check it. And if I have any question, I'll message you.
Okay, no problem. Any other person, please? Okay, I believe this means nobody asked questions. Okay.